Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I want to thank everyone for the likes and the comments and the subscriptions. Greatly appreciate it. Today I've got a task ahead of me. I got to change the spark plugs in my Mercury 250 Pro XS. So come along with me. I'll show you how to do it, and hopefully it'll help you save you a little bit of money, because I know the marine shops around where I'm at are about $115, $125 an hour. Hopefully this video will help you out and you can save yourself a little bit of money. First thing you want to do is make sure you buy the correct spark plugs. Spark plugs for my Mercury are an NGK LKAR7C-9. Make sure you get the correct ones. If you don't get the correct ones, your engine's just not going to run right. And the next thing you want to do is make sure you set the gap correctly. They're supposed to come pre-gapped, but I've been a mechanic my whole life, and I always check the gap no matter what, because you never know if they get bumped around in shipping or anything like that. It could close the gap up a little bit, or the gap may be open a little bit. You could get a Monday plug or a Friday plug, and everybody knows Monday work isn't the greatest, and Friday work we're just trying to get out of there to get to the lake on Saturday. So the way you find out your gap is you come to the port side of the motor. All right, sorry, I got a little close there. Come to the port side of the motor, and there is a sticker on the side of your motor. I'll try to show it to you. And it'll tell you exactly what spark plug you need and the gap you need. It's lower right hand corner. The gap for this is 0.035. All right, that's how you figure out what you need. So the way you set your gap, I use a feeler gauge. You can get a spark plug gapper at any auto parts store or anything like that. I have one. I don't know where it is. One of my boys probably got it. So I'm back to the old school feeler gauge. All right, you open up the feeler gauge, find 0.035. Take your spark plug, and you should have light resistance going in there like that. It should be a little tight, shouldn't slide in and out easily. You shouldn't have to fight to get it in there. Pretty much the same way that is. You go through, you check the gap on all 8 of your plugs. Once you do that, ready for install. All right, once we got all our plugs gapped, then it's ready to remove the old plug and put the new plug in. I do mine one at a time. Pull the number 1 spark plug, put the number 1 in, put the coil back on it, move on to the next one. I do the right side of the motor first, then the left side. I'll show you how to do it. All right, on the right side of the motor, for this you're gonna need to pull your number 1 coil. Come on. There we go. Put your number 1 coil. Your spark plug sits up in there. For this you need a 3/8 drive ratchet, 6-inch extension, and a 14mm socket. They do make a specific socket for spark plugs, but do know that they will not fit inside the Mercury. You got to use a deep well 14. Once you bust it loose, you can just start turning it out by hand. There it is. Then you also want to inspect your plugs. This one actually looks pretty good. It's got a little brown to it. It's not all blacked out, which would be running too rich. It's not all white, which would be running too lean. I'd rather run a little rich than lean. You run lean, you overheat and you blow your motor, which is not good. So anyway, I've got 300 hours on this motor. It's time to change plugs anyway. That one's out. As far as putting them back in, Slide it in your socket. You want to be very careful right here that you don't bang it around going in there, because if you do, you're liable to mess up that gap, and then you got to start all over again. Real slow and easy. Turn it by hand. Till it's tight, and then torque it down. And that's it. Replace your coil. Move on to the next one. You'll hear a little click when you push your coil pack back on. You hear a click. Or it's actually a plug wire, it's not coil pack, but you'll hear a little click when it goes on there. That's the end of it sliding onto the top of the spark plug. And just continue on with the other 7, and you're good to go. Sounds good. Okay. This is an old school set of pliers made for pulling spark plug wires. I'm not a big fan of them, but there are times in which they do help. As you can see, that helped out a lot there. And also good. Almost good. Now, if you're not sure as far as what a spark plug looks like, good or not good, you can Google online spark plug colors and things like that, and it'll give you a pretty good picture as far as what is a spark plug supposed to look like after it's had, you know, hours of use and things like that. And also note that a 2-stroke plug is going to look different when you pull it out than a 4-stroke plug will. So 2-stroke runs oil through the cylinders that way. A little oil pump. Or you mix it straight with your fuel. Either mixing straight into your fuel, which I suggest do if you're still running a 2-stroke. Back up to the side. And we done. That's looks good. On a side note, if you want a cheap plug knocker, you can keep your old spark plugs and put a little clip on, smack the electrode. Show you real quick. It's a little top piece right here. It's called the electrode. You can smack that down tight. Put a clip in there, smack it down tight. You can put one or two together on like a key ring. Clip it on your line, send it down the line. Cheap plug knocker. Plug also good. That was good. Yep, I like it. All right, that's it. All 8 plugs are changed. Now all we have to do is put the cowling and everything back on, take it to the water, and let it eat. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me some comments down below, and if you would, please hit that like and subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you.